right, let's try this again. Grace and peace, everybody. Um, I need you to do me a favor again as you come in. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm having some challenges today getting this app to work. Um, I've never used it this way, so it's a little challenging for me. Um, but when you come in, if you can hear me, let me know you can hear me. Okay, you can hear me just fine. Thank you, Beverly. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not going to do our normal um, talk today. I'm not going to scroll through and say hello to everybody. This is going to be really, really, really brief. Um, Maybe you can see I'm at the cemetery. Um, and, I wanted to talk to you all because I've had some friends that recently lost loved ones. Some dear friends that recently lost some loved ones, and I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like. I came out here today to change the flowers on my wife's headstone, and the store that I buy the flowers from is no longer there. They vanished in the last few weeks or so, I'm assuming. And so I just couldn't get the flowers, but I came over anyway. And while I was here, the Lord just began to take me back through the process of how He allowed me to recover from this place. And I want to just share this with you. And you may not have experienced disappointment on this level, but I think all of us have experienced disappointment where you thought God was going to do one thing. You were confident, right, that He was going to handle things a certain way, or you maybe thought that He would handle things by a certain time. You had an anticipation and an expectation, and He did neither of those things. Um, what do you do when you feel like your faith has been attacked? And I'm not talking about I didn't get the job. I'm not talking about, and I'm not trying to downplay didn't get the job, because some people obviously do need the job. But I'm talking about something that you're so confident that because God knows you, right? And because He knows your heart, and because you believe that He's going to do it based on you all's relationship. Like, we're cool, right? God, me and you, I've been serving you all this while. And the thing does not go the way you hoped. This is what I believe the enemy tries to capitalize on in those moments. I believe that the enemy starts causing us to question whether or not we can trust God when we go through things that disappoint us. I can think of no greater place of my disappointment than the place I'm standing in today. But boy, are my feet in a different posture this time. I uh, Let me say this: you can never overcome certain things. There's always going to be a desire, a longing. There's always going to be the empty space. There's always going to be certain memories. But the disappointment, the thing that makes you feel like you cannot trust, because disappointment is really rooted in whether or not you can trust. That's why I believe the enemy sends or tries to capitalize on us being disappointed, because he wants you to lose trust. He wants you to begin to believe that not only can I not trust humans, but even God will break my heart. Even God will let me down. And what I learned from this place of disappointment is most of us need to really meet sovereign God, because most of us have met loving God, we've met peace God, we've met provision God, but we haven't met sovereign God. Sovereign God is the God that says, I'm in control, even if what you want me to do is not according to my will for you, and I choose to do something different. The day that my children and I drove this little road that comes down here, it was a day of devastation. Um, I remember holding it together. I remember doing the eulogy. And then I remember getting here and I collapsed. I collapsed in the car and just started bawling because I knew that this was the last ride. This was the last place that I was going to take my wife. But let me tell you something. God held me. I'm telling you this. God held me. And I don't want you to think that I didn't faint, fall out, get upset, want to quit, uh, questioning my own faith, questioning my value to God. Why would you let this happen? Of course, it devastated my children, devastated extended family. But I stand here today because I wanted to make sure those of you who are battling with disappointment, something happened that you didn't plan for and it hurt. It feels like it changed your life. It feels like you are never going to recover. I'm here to tell you that you can Kabashi Kobo Hosei. Yes, Lord. Y'all forgive me. I know I'm in the cemetery, but I'm here to tell you that you can overcome disappointment if you let God take care of you. Listen, disappointment is not the time to start trying to take care of yourself. Disappointment is not the time to start looking at alcohol and drugs and whatever things that the enemy will try to tell you there's comfort in. I'm here to declare to you that the Lord promised us when he was talking to his disciples. He said another comforter is coming. I'm here to tell you that the Holy Spirit will comfort you, and then when the comfort is no longer needed, he will put you in a place of peace concerning his move. I want to encourage those who've been disappointed. Don't you ever give up in the place where you feel like everything came to an end. Because sometime God needs to take you all the way to the end to introduce his sovereignty to you and let you know I'm able to keep you even when you think I'm working against you. So listen, yes, disappointments are going to come, and they're going to come in different levels. Some people, your disappointment may be that you wanted to go to college, you wanted to go to a doctoral plan, you wanted to go through and get your doctorate. That didn't work out. Your business didn't work out. Maybe a marriage didn't work out. And there's going to be minutes when you sit down to yourself and you'll have a conversation between you and disappointment. How could this happen to me? How could you allow this? How? Why? It is in the places of disappointment where God reveals how sovereign he is. And you could choose to fall out with him because he did something that you didn't think he would do. Or in that spot, you can overcome the disappointment by extending trust to him again and saying, God, that hurt, but I'm going to trust you. I I wasn't expecting this, but I'm going to trust you that you know the steps that I'm taking, and you know my children. You know the steps that my children have to take. You know what's going on in a bigger picture. I do not understand it all, but what I will do is I will not give up on our relationship, and I'm going to trust you to get me through this. Disappointment is going to come, but it will not last always. And if you trust in the Lord and lean not to your own understanding, acknowledge him in all your ways, he will direct your pathway. And at some point in time, if you hold on, you will recover. This is Apostle YB. I love every one of you, especially those in this time who may be going through disappointment. Don't you quit. God's going to make it all right. Okay? I'll talk to you later. Bye.